huge part of our success and overall how we feel about ourselves and our life depends on how we deal with failure. And it's relevant to every person, but especially it's relevant to people who stutter, because obviously every time we speak and we stutter, we feel or might feel like a failure. So what do we do with that? Let's find out. And first, let's take a look at Michael Jordan. There's a lot we can learn from him.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
Now, that's a great paradigm, which in the nutshell says, step by step, don't be afraid to fail, and you'll make your way to the top. Just be open to failure, because when we fail, we learn, we improve, and we grow. And that sounds awesome. It is awesome, actually. But in most cases, we quickly realize it's not working with stuttering, because we fail and we fail and we fail. We try to speak and we stutter. We try to speak and we stutter. And no matter what we're trying to do, we end up pretty much in the same area of stuttering. So we create a certain stuttering paradigm consisting of three big pieces in terms of how we deal with failure. The first piece of that paradigm is avoidance. We want to protect ourselves from the negative experiences. So we start avoiding words, phrases, speaking, people, contacts. We avoiding pretty much everything that can create that negative experience that, again, might technically feels like failure. The second piece of our paradigm, I call it, that's the way I am. I have long nose, not much hair, and I have stuttering. We have our genetics, and I wouldn't argue with that. So we say that that's the way I am. It's not my fault. It's not my failure. It's stuttering. It's just stuttering. It's stuttering fails, not me. And again, this way we protect ourselves from that feeling of failure, which is absolutely natural and healthy. We don't want to beat ourselves up. Absolutely. And the third piece of our paradigm, tricks. Secretly or openly, we're trying to improve, to unblock, to get through our speech impediments. So we look for different tricks, stuttering techniques that might help. And most of the time when we apply those techniques or tricks to our stuttering speaking pattern, it's not quite working. So we say, I tried this, I tried that, it didn't work. So the failure again is where? Outside. It didn't work. The trick, the technique failed, not me. So avoidance, saying that's just me, and looking for different tricks. These are seemingly very different concepts, but they somehow mysteriously, twist and blend together, and usually we have each of those three pieces to some extent. But the one thing which is common is that we push failure outside. There is no room for failure in our paradigm. And again, that's the natural way to protect ourselves from that feeling of failure. We don't want to beat ourselves up. We don't want to feel negative about ourselves. Now, failure is definitely a burden. It's something unpleasant, like, working out. You always stretch yourself and you fail. Every time you go working out, you fail because you do 1, 2, 3, 10, failed. So failure has an ability to make us stronger. Failure gives us an ability to grow, to learn, and to change. But again, right now, we are fed up with failure. The more we stutter, the more we stutter. We don't improve that way. We don't change the way we speak that way. So how do we get outside of that paradigm? How do we get to a different paradigm where we are free to play with failure? We are free to learn from it, to grow, to become stronger, to change our speaking pattern, and to start feeling differently about our speaking. So the first piece of a new paradigm is 100% confidence. 100% confidence that I can say what I want to say in the way I want, the way I like. And we start building our new speaking pattern from scratch, from the very sound. Just one sound. Take any sound. Like my favorite phrase, where do you live, Mr. Dawson? So where? We want to relax, go from tension, because stuttering is tension. So we want to relax and put power to that sound. Feeling that I enjoy it, I put power, I relax, I'm expressive while I'm doing that. Just the sound. What is that? It's just a seed of confidence, but it's 100% confidence that I'm saying it the way that I really want to say it. In Free From Stutter program, we're using the hand stuttering technique, trying to synchronize all the processes together, putting a bit more power, feeling we're relaxing as we speak, being a bit more expressive. So we say, where do you live, Mr. Dawson? Feeling that we are saying in one, breathing out. So we play just with the phrase, feeling 100% confidence that I'm saying it in a way that I like, in a way that gives me that confidence. And where does this confidence go? It goes to my muscle memory, and a bit it goes to my emotional memory. When I move that experience to a bit of anxiety situation, like emulating public speaking, making a real life phone call, now it starts to create a different, that confidence goes to my emotional memory as well, my feeling about speaking. So I start to create those positive speaking experiences. So the first piece, the first element of that new paradigm is 100% confidence. Working with that 100% confidence. Not 50, not 60, not depending on the circumstances. Now, this 100% confidence, that's a seed that becomes a sprout, that becomes a tree, that we grow, that we protect in a way, because now we're facing failure every time. We're trying to feel that 100% confidence in different settings, and of course we fail. We fail all the time. And I often get words of gratitude like, Andre, thank you so much for your videos. Thank you so much for your exercises. Thank you so much for the improved program. It's really helping me. And I'm always saying thank you so much for kind words. That makes me happy. But what really and truly makes me happy is when I see that a person who is growing that 100% confidence, and he got stuck, got stuck, didn't work. At some point, I see the confidence, like we emulate public speaking in our Free From Stutter group. So when the person goes and, wow, I see he's doing it in a confident way, feeling that he's in real control of what he's doing. And when that happens, the phrase that people keep telling me in Free From Stutter program, outside Free From Stutter program, it didn't work for me. Like the hand technique didn't work, or it's not working. This phrase now is replaced with, I didn't do it. Or I did do it. I did use my training speech. I did use my hand technique. So when this shift in our language happens, that's what makes me truly happy. When a person takes that responsibility, takes that failure in, when a person feels that failure is not outside. It's not the trick failing. It's me failing. That's the sign of real confidence and real ability to do it. Now it becomes your choice to do it in a way that you like, which is not easy, but something that you really like, feeling that 100% confidence, or not do it. But after that happens, I know nothing can stop such person. Now you feel it's in your discretion to go that way. It's just a matter of time. And as Confucius says, it doesn't matter then how slowly you go. You just get there. You might go faster, you might go slower, but you eventually will get there. And it all starts with that feeling of 100% confidence. And yeah, we're getting derailed each and every time. So our aim, our goal is to come back to that 100% confidence and start from scratch. Start from there again. So once you have that 100% confidence, again, growing, starting from the sound, from a phrase, speaking in a comfortable session, video call environment, then moving into emulating public speaking environment, group environment, different environments. Then we're building up the second. We're getting to the second piece of that new paradigm, which is taking responsibility. Because responsibility is the ability that you have and the response that you choose to use this ability. So once you feel your ability to do it, then it becomes a choice to choose a certain response, to take that response, to go for it, to become active, to start leading. And again, I keep telling this is the happiest moment for me when I see the person taking the responsibility, which means that now she or he knows how to do it itself, herself, himself. Now the airplane took off and will fly. Eventually he or she will get there. For some people it takes less time, for some people it takes more time. Usually it takes months to get to that point where you feel it's your discretion, it's your responsibility. Now you have a choice to do it or not to do it. You know how to do it. You have this in your muscle memory, in your emotional memory. You had those positive speaking experiences. And you know how to get to those positive speaking experiences. And now you have a long journey ahead of you building those positive speaking experiences, because our stuttering speaking pattern, it's so strong. Is just huge with roots. We can't replace it in one day. All we can do is start putting those positive speaking experiences on the other side of the scales to outweigh our negative muscle memory, emotional memory, especially in those fixed environments where we had those negative speaking experiences time after time. So the third piece of the paradigm is just not giving up, going step by step, playing with failure, but also feeling that, again, it's your discretion, it's your power, it's your ability that you have to get to those positive speaking experiences. And now, once you feel that 100% confidence, once you've taken the responsibility, start taking the responsibility, once you feel that you are doing it, failure is here, you're playing with it, you're confident enough to play with it, then you will have, for sure, your 9,000 shots that you will miss, 300 games that you will lose, and you will fail and fail over and over again. And that is why you will succeed. With changing the way you speak, with changing the way you feel about your speaking. That is why you will succeed. And not because of a trick or stuttering technique. Now, it's not me or anybody or anything else. Now it's you. Hey, thank you so much for watching. For more videos, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Head over to freefromstutter.com and jump in my free Improve program where I'm telling my vision how we can get free from stuttering. For more interaction, join Free From Stutter Facebook group, and see you in the next video. Now, that's a great paradigm, which is a... So whatever they were trying to do, they were affected by those shocks, electric shocks. And they developed a